Greetings, fellow delightful freaks. Tiki here.
And pie.
And welcome to my epic Universal trip report. That's right. Epic Universe, Universal Florida, and Epcot. Yeah. Kind of gives away my thoughts on Epcot a little bit, right?
Just a smidge.
So, all right, Pie. You are here because you and I actually met up briefly during my trip. We played a good round of mini golf at the Hollywood Drive-In Golf, which I didn't even keep score of because I lost the pencil halfway through.
Yep.
So, yeah. Great to see you in person. Also, very much appreciated the ride to Walgreens. That definitely saved us.
I'm happy to help.
Indeed. All right. Well, we've got a lot of notes. Colby's just saying, "Oh no." Happy to have you here, Colby. You know what? I'm tempted to invite Colby on. Colby, do you want to come on? You can, if you want.
Yeah.
You're welcome to come on if you want. Happy to have you. Let me know. Anyways, so Pi, let me lay out exactly what this trip was. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 days at Epic Universe, 2 Orlando Informer meetups. That's right, 2 of them, not just one. I ended up going to both of them. 1 day at Epcot, and then multiple days at Universal Florida / Islands of Adventure. All right, that's fine. It was a lot.
It's okay. He hates us. We get it.
All right. So, and of course, I was with my mother as well. That was kind of a big part of the trip. The fact that my mom, she has not been to a theme park since I graduated high school back in 2009. And back then, the new hotness was like the Simpsons ride and Midway Mania. So, yeah. Right. Little Blue, happy to have you as well. All right, so let's just go ahead and get this started. I don't have many notes on the day one, because day one was just the arrival and everything. But I will say there's a couple highlights. When we got through security at City Walk, literally the fucking drone show was going off, and the Universal Globe was forming from the drones.
That's
and
really cool.
Like, if that's not a good omen, I don't know what is.
Great first impression.
I mean, just the drones in general, they're just it's just kind of
so
mind-blowing. Cool. Like, when I was a kid, I never thought that something like that would be a thing. It almost feels like science fiction.
Well, I remember even just a few years ago, the holiday drone show they did at Disney Springs that one year, thinking, oh, wow, this is so cool. And then fast forward 5 years and well, now we have 18 times as many drones and they can move twice as fast.
Little Blue, this stream, it was originally supposed to be at 9, and then I moved it around, and I forgot to change the time to 45 minutes ago. So we're doing it now. The important thing is that you're here. I agree with that very much, Colby. Animal Kingdom desperately needs I could totally see a drone show. I mean, that would solve the problem with the fireworks, because you can't do fireworks at that park.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Pi, I think you know this. I think I've told you this, but my tradition for the arrival day is going to City Walk and taking the boat to Portofino Bay is the first thing of the trip.
Amazing way to start.
I just think that it's just a great kind of tone setter. I do think the boat into Portofino Bay is legitimately kind of like an immersive ride where it's you pull up and there's that fishing village and you really get that atmosphere. Fortunately, we were sitting in a seat where we kind of had to crane our heads a little bit to see what to see the view as we were pulling up. So we didn't really get that, but still, it's a good time. Mama Della's is always great. You know, have you ever been to Mama Della's?
I've not. I've only been to a Universal hotel one time. It was Portofino, and I did take the boat, but I just like walked around to see Christmas decorations and then
Mhm.
left.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I would recommend Mama Della for like it's a perfect date night restaurant, I think.
Okay.
Do you know that they sing to you?
No.
Yes, that is a
Sounds like it'd
thing.
be a lot of fun. Either a
Uh-huh.
lot of fun or make my social anxiety a nightmare. No way of knowing until I give it a shot.
Right, right. There's also I don't know if you saw this, but there's a lot of times when you go through Portofino Bay, there just happens to be like a singer on the balcony, like just singing classic Italian
No,
music. Yeah, yeah.
that's cool.
I don't know. I could never afford to stay at Portofino Bay, but it's the one resort that I always make a point to actually visit. I don't think
It's
like
really nice looking.
I think I briefly stopped by Royal Pacific and frankly was kind of unimpressed with it. Uh and then I think that's it. One time I accidentally took the boat to Hard Rock instead of Portofino. So I got to like do the walking trail from Hard Rock to Portofino.
That is a nice walk.
Hmm. The garden walk in general. Let's talk about that because you know
Mhm.
that something happened.
I
Yeah,
was wondering if that's what we were keying up towards, or if that was gonna be yeah.
I got to talk about it because it was like the
Yeah.
first like major event. So first of all, I got to bring up like another kind of like really nice thing that I did. When we were getting back into City Walk, I was like, you know what? Let's go up to Islands of Adventure. It was obvious. It was like 9 o'clock, so it was closed at that point. But I just wanted to show. I pointed out like the detail on the architecture just in the port of entry. You know, like as like the buildings right up front. I'm like, look at that detail. That level of detail is what we're going to be getting the whole trip. So it was another like really nice tone setter. I will say the Christmas music was one of the worst elements of this trip. I'm curious, is there Christmas music at Blizzard Beach?
Year round.
What do you mean year round?
Exactly what it sounds like. It's Christmas music year round.
When I went there, it was like Beach Boys and like Caribbean calypso music.
It's all calypso and Beach Boys surf rock, but half the songs are Christmas songs and half the songs are non-Christmas.
Oh, are you serious? I missed that detail.
Yeah.
Because like it was one of those things where the one time I did go to Blizzard Beach, I was like, this is a really nice music loop, but I'm sure it would drive me crazy if I worked there.
It's so chill that it doesn't drive you crazy, but also it does to some people. What
Hmm.
gets people is there's one song on the loop that is yodeling.
Oh no.
And it's from the Matterhorn queue, I believe.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But when you get to that yodeling every hour,
Hmm.
that's the one that gets people.
I can see that. I can see that. So we passed by City Walk. Also, I excitedly was like, "You see that plane? That's Jimmy Buffett's actual plane." There's reproductions of it all over in different Margaritavilles, but that's the one.
It's great.
Not gonna lie, I was a little drunk at that point, so that definitely influenced my excitement level in that moment.
That's the best way
So
to see Jimmy Buffett's playing, though.
exactly. So, and it's also kind of like a really fun contrast to like by the end of the trip, I was so exhausted, so over it. I was like, man, fuck that plane. But we so the whole strategy of rope dropping high grids, which was not going to be the first full day, but the second day, basically hinged on the garden
Mhm.
walk, I guess. And so we really wanted to get the layout down,
Yeah.
and we
Which,
failed.
for anyone who doesn't know, Garden Walk is the walking way between the Universal hotels and the parks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So somehow, what is the Turkey Road?
Turkey Lake Road.
Turkey Lake Road was my fucking enemy. Somehow we end up on Turkey Lake Road, and we don't know. We don't fucking know. I've never done this walk before. So we end up walking, like, I swear to God, at least a good half a mile. And I'm just like, wait a minute. That's like the far backside of Volcano Bay. We're staying at Cabana Bay. So it's not like we're that far away. But at the same time, I also know, like, we're going to basically, we're going to have to walk all the way the fuck around Volcano Bay. And so I don't, like, I legitimately, I just think there's one turn on the garden walk where it's like, you know, if you turn the right way, you just end up right back at Cabana Bay. If you turn the wrong way, and this happened to us actually the first time we tried to do it during the rope drop, I was like, oh no, it's Turkey Lake Road again. Fuck.
Can I share the screen to just
so
kind of show people where you are?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So this was one of the most stressful moments of the whole trip, and it happened like right off the bat. Because I don't, taking a lift stresses me out just because, like, sometimes the people will use the GPS, most of the time they will. But other times they'll just fucking like roll right up to the front entrance of whatever the hell thing you type in as your destination point. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see.
This would be Cabana Bay. This is the Garden Walk. And this is Turkey Lake Road.
Okay, do that one more time.
This is the entrance to Cabana Bay.
Uh-huh.
This is the garden walk that connects you to the park.
Uh-huh.
This opposite direction here is Turkey Lake Road.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dear.
And he said backside of Volcano Bay, so I think what looks like it happened is he got on this pathway here.
Uh-huh.
And just wound up on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Because as soon as I saw the backside of the slides, I was like, oh no, this is not right. We actually, before we got to the slides, we passed the kind of like the shipping entrance for Cabana Bay, you know, where they bring in the food and everything, the backside of it, and I was like,
yeah,
this doesn't feel right, but let's keep walking in anyways. Let's not turn around.
Yeah. Who knows what you might find?
I mean, we would have been better off just going through there, honestly. Okay, wait a minute. Now, how do I get us into the crap? Hold on. There we go. All right. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, I was very worried that the Lyft driver was not going to be able to find us. And I was already so stressed out that I was like, I am going to fucking full on melt down if this Uber driver like calls us and it's like, hey, where are you? Like, I would not be able to mentally handle that. Fortunately, he pulled up. Big relief. We ended up having a nightcap at the lobby bar of Cabana Bay. And yeah, that was the first night. So without further ado, let's get into Epic Universe Day 1. Woo. So as you know, I was kind of debating a lot about what to rope drop. I was basically like, should I do like a Stardust Racers marathon? Should I try and do Donkey Kong? Because Donkey Kong, it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't officially open during early entry, but it does open a lot of the time during early entry. And ultimately, I decided I didn't want to optimize my time as much as I wanted to have a positive first impression. Because I had 2 days at this park. I only have one chance to have a positive first impression. So I rope drop monsters. I did not need
That's
to
pretty
rope
good.
drop Monsters by any means. Monsters is the easiest ride to get on in the whole park. Objectively, I think. Which is kind of insane, but
It really
true.
is.
And I was a little bit worried about how my mom would take to Monsters, specifically the Kuka arm. I know she's not that much of a fan of rides where your legs dangle, and I heard that it was less intense than Forbidden Journey, but I just didn't know. Fortunately, it blew my mom away, and
Good.
like she loved it, and I was like, okay, good, because like by all means, I am planning on marathoning this thing a lot. I mean, Monsters Unchained is spectacular. I think it's a true
It
spiritual
really is.
successor to the Haunted Mansion.
It might be the best theme park ride, or at least up there.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. What is your favorite animatronic?
If the pre-show counts, it's gotta be that pre-show Frankenstein.
That's fair. That's
If we're
fair.
going just the ride itself, it's not the best, but I really love the Phantom of the Opera who just goes, "Bah!"
The Phantom was the one I was most looking forward to, and he's great. But the
Oh yeah.
one that the scale does not really show up in ride videos, but I was blown away by the scale in person. Can you guess?
Dracula?
No. The
No?
mummy that's hanging upside down.
Oh yeah.
That thing is fucking huge in person, man. So, and he was like probably the one like low key. I was like, yeah, it's the mummy, whatever. The Wolfman looks
Yeah.
awesome. The
You've seen
Phantom
the
of the
Mummy.
Opera looks awesome. But no, the mummy kind of stole the show for me a little bit. That like I think that is like the most impressive scene visually in the whole ride for me.
Oh yeah. It's great.
Um I also pointed out during the one transition moment between the first Dracula that you see and then I believe it's the Brides of Dracula where it's like, "Whoa, you see black curtains and industrial floor." And
Yeah.
my mom was really amused by that. It's like the ride is fucking perfect. It's completely immersive except for that one moment. That one moment it's like, "Yep, we're in a warehouse."
I'm sure they'll fix that just as soon as Expedition Everest fixes the sunlight coming in from the bottom of the mountain when you're going backwards.
Right, right. All right, let's see. But no, I mean, with Monsters, there's just so much to take in. I honestly borderline consider it like obviously it's based on the Universal Monster movies, obviously. I think there's so much original stuff to it with
Mhm.
Igor, with Victoria Frankenstein. I borderline consider it an original attraction, honestly.
It's definitely like a gray area, but it's the type of thing like if someone builds a King Arthur ride, I'm not going to assume it's an IP based ride.
Mhm.
And those ones are so like older movies and so general monsters, and they don't do anything too specific that it does feel like it's so much its own thing just using these monsters.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. The queue is great, almost to the
Oh yeah.
point where like I could have waited in the whole queue once just to take in the detail. I was borderline tempted to just stop and take in the whole like the found footage room. I
Oh,
never
that
did.
room is so cool.
Mhm. I'm
See,
sure I can. I'm sure I can look up the video footage for that.
yeah. I told you I was only at Epic Universe once, and that was one of the previews before it was open. So Dark Universe and Monsters was having some issues. So I
Ooh.
got to spend a few hours in that queue more than
Oh.
once before I even got a chance to ride the ride
Uh-huh.
a different day. Uh but it was really cool getting take it all in, and it never felt like a long wait because there was so much to see everywhere.
Mhm. That's another thing is that like I was dreading the breakdowns. I was like full on just mentally prepared like all right, it's not a matter of if shit breaks down. It's a matter of when and we are going to have to be like mentally prepared for it. But I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, like, there were a couple, but nothing that was like totally debilitating, and nothing that like, totally like took us out of the day. So yeah, I mean, I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed that the operations went as smoothly as they did. Let's talk Curse of the Werewolf, Pie. Let's talk Curse of the Werewolf, because I've got some hot takes on Curse of the Werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on Curse of the Werewolf?
That ride made me more sick than any ride ever. I
could see it.
Like, my friend had ridden it and told me, well, it doesn't really spin that much because it didn't when they were on it. But something about the weight distribution, it was faster than any teacup ride I'd ever been on. Other than that, I liked it.
It's genuinely the most intense spinning ride I've ever been on. Genuinely, without question. This is going to sound like an insane take. This is going to be a fucking insane take. Are you ready for it? I think you already know what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
I like Curse of the Werewolf better than fucking Stardust.
Everyone cancel him now.
Obviously, Stardust, if you're looking at it just based on like the objective coaster itself, obviously Stardust is better. But man, atmosphere plays a role. Theme plays a role.
It does, and I definitely see where you're coming at with it.
I think that people overhate the hell out of the werewolf figures being static. Like, I think that is one of the most overblown, over-exaggerated criticisms. Because you see it for like a couple seconds. They literally would be wasting money if they made them full-blown animatronics.
I think the one at the exit stood out to me because that was just like a mannequin, unless they fixed it or got rid of it later.
No. That, cool. I think, is just fun. That is corny as hell. I genuinely kind of love it. Yeah. We'll get to Stardust. I'm just going to say this right now. Stardust, it's a good ride. Probably the biggest disappointment of my whole trip. I do not love that coaster. I wouldn't even say it's in my top 10 coasters, let alone top. Yeah. No, I mean, it's good. It's very good. But anyways, so Curse of the Werewolf, I think it's a hidden gem. I think it's one of the best attractions in the park. I love it as a supporting attraction. If you can catch a ride on it when the burning blade's going off, it's just immaculate vibes, which I did once. Yeah. And honestly, like, those static werewolf figures, like, they are legitimately like startling, I think. Like,
they're very effective.
They are huge. I think there's more detail to them than the actual Wolfman animatronics in Monsters Unchained. Like, yeah, they don't move, but I don't know. Again, they don't need to. And the coaster itself is legitimately intense. So, yeah, Curse of the Werewolf was a big highlight for me.
Nice.
And obviously, like, I went in with pretty low expectations. So anyways, we go into Burke. We go into Burke next. And can I just say the timing ambiguity for when the portals actually open kind of drives me crazy a little bit.
There's some operations issues that they are still figuring out that I feel like should have been figured out by now.
Because the thing is, it's like Burke is not included in early entry. So my logic was like, oh, we can crack out the Dark Universe stuff, and then we can essentially do a second rope drop for Burke, right? Like, we can get to the portal before 10 o'clock. But no, I mean, by the time we walked out of Dark Universe, I could see Hiccup already cycling. I'm like, oh, the Toothless meet and greet is going to be like an hour at this point, right? It was. Yeah. Oh, well. So Toothless, the restraints suck, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
For me, it's not like ride ruining, but also I get it.
I mean, you're almost as tall as me. I don't understand how it's not ride ruining for you.
I
Because
don't know.
those
But
my
definitely
legs just
yeah. It's I had enough fun on it that I was okay doing it, but definitely is not comfortable.
here's the thing though. I feel like hiccups would be like an excellent marathon ride if it weren't for those damn restraints.
Hmm.
So in that way, it's definitely a disappointment. Yes, I did, Eli. I will tell you about it in due time. I will tell you about it in due time. Um let's just get really quick. Let's go through my impressions of all the portals. You
Hmm.
already know this, but I adore Celestial Park. I
Hmm.
absolutely adore it. It's legitimately my favorite land to actually spend time in the whole park. Like, I love it more than the actual portals themselves as far as just pure vibes, the music,
And it's
the
only gonna get better
fountains.
as the greenery grows in more.
Totally, totally. Yeah. I didn't get, obviously at this point in the day I haven't spent much time in Celestial Park, but yeah. Darkmoor, what is there is wonderful. Unfortunately, the netting on Curse of the Werewolf, I went in knowing that was going to be an issue, and it is an issue. I don't think it's a sightline ruining, and honestly, I didn't think this would be as much of an issue as it ended up being. And there's not really anything they honestly could have done about this, but Stardust being right there, right up against Burke. I don't know what they could have done to solve that. Maybe they could have, like, instead of Stardust being between Burke and Potter, maybe they could have put it between Burke and Darkmoor, or I'm sorry, between Potter and Darkmoor, because Potter's buildings are like the one land in the park that I could conceivably see the sightlines not being that much of an issue with, but then it would throw off Darkmoor. So
Yeah.
it's one of the, like, and I don't want them to put it like in the middle of the lagoon because I fucking love the fountains and I love that amphitheater. And yeah, so there's not
I
anything they could
feel
have
like
really done about it. Go ahead.
I could be wrong, but I feel like over on that side behind Burke is where they used a lot of the laydown yards for building. So there's nothing that had a chance to grow in there. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like once we have a few years, there'll be a bit more of a berm, a bit more of a separation, and there might still be sight lines. But at the same time, we already have the hiccup coaster. So I feel like some more coaster tracks are not going to be like too distracting once there's a couple
Right.
trees in the way.
I
So
think I think you nailed it right there because I think my problem was because I knew that I honestly think the kinetic energy is pretty good. I just think the problem is that there's literally no visual separation between Stardust and Burke.
mhm.
So yeah, if we can get just a little bit of a berm, it'll be a little better. Um, the biggest thing that was a disappointment with Burke, this it might sound like a small thing, but it was legitimately one of the features of Burke I was most looking forward to. Both days I was there, the ice dragon was straight up broken.
He
So
was
that
also
sucked.
broken during my days I was there.
Really?
So I have a feeling he must be the problem child.
Yeah, yeah, that was a bummer. That was a bummer. Never saw any of the baby dragon animatronics. I knew that my chances of seeing the flying drone animatronic were slim, but of course I never saw that either. Um, Burke was because if you remember during the Disney debate for Epic Universe when the park first opened, I argued for Burke as my most anticipated portal, and
Hmm.
it ended up being my least favorite portal. I think at least part of that is just the fact that I am not necessarily the target audience for it. Maybe if the restraints for Hiccup were better, I put it above Super Nintendo World, but I digress.
Yeah,
Untrainable Dragon. Did you end up seeing that?
I did, and I really liked it. I
Yeah.
don't. My hot take is I never really cared much for the How to Train Your Dragon series. They're all right. Uh, I
Cancel him.
love that show.
Cancel him.
Yeah,
Yeah, out of the two shows, we did not end up getting to see Le Cirque Arcanu until day 2 because it was broken down. Like, it came back online at like, there was like a 6 o'clock show we could have gone to, but I was like, I don't want to spend like 45 minutes of the nighttime hours of this park seeing a show, you know?
yeah.
But I think Untrainable Dragon is far and away the better show. I think the songs are generic, but at least they add a lot of energy to the show. Whereas with Le Cirque, I think Le Cirque just has a lot of pacing issues.
I didn't get to see that one, but from what I've heard from pretty much everyone who's seen it, there's a couple cool effects or stunts, but overall pretty weak as a show.
Yeah. The big thing with Untrainable Dragon that was a surprise to me is I was expecting Toothless to like do like a quick like 10-second fly over the audience and that was it, but like no, like you see like a good couple minutes of him like multiple times, like, and that was super impressive. Like that was great. All right, but yeah, that was about it for Burke. I mean, we were definitely planning on coming back to get a night ride, but that was it for the start. Let's see. After that, we go into Potter, and the one food item this day that I knew I had to get was a butterbeer crepe. I mean, call me a normie, but like I needed to do it. I needed to get it. And do you remember what about the butterbeer crepe I did not like?
It was just too hot.
I wish. No, it was cold, man. They served them cold. I was not expecting that. And I think this is one of those things where it's like, I just think Americanized Parisian food is a lot different than authentic Parisian food. I kind of ran into this when I went to when I stayed at the Paris resort in Vegas and I got a French onion soup and I was like, oh, this is straight up like sweet. And so it's, yeah, I run into that quite a bit. The crepe was good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was good. I just, man, because you see, the thing with me and crepes is I just associate, they're basically just like really thin pancakes with delicious toppings. So it's like, you take away the warm factor from that, and it's just kind of like, yeah, it's missing something. It's missing something. But it was still good. It was still good. I'm glad I'm glad we got the meal in at least. So at that point in the day, I figured like we were making really good time. I knew I needed to save Nintendo for when it got dark. That was my strategy for Nintendo. Because I already have been to Super Nintendo World at Hollywood. So, the reveal wasn't really going to be much for me. I've already been on Mario Kart. Donkey Kong, my strategy for Donkey Kong was to save it until the end of the night, which was a risk. And I'm glad that paid off because let me tell you, the weather on day 2, we were not getting on Donkey Kong during day 2. That was not happening. So I'm glad that risk actually paid off. But so we figured like at this point of the day, it was like what, maybe 11 a.m. We had all day. We had already done like two out of the 4 main portals. The wait time for Battle at the Ministry was posted at 3 hours. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
My logic was like, it'll get us out of it'll get us into the AC. It'll take up a part of the day. It'll get us closer to the nighttime hours, which was what I was really anticipating during the day. And if it breaks down, we can just bail and come back later. That because I knew that the wait time was going to go down. I knew that we could get on it easier later in the day. But fuck it, let's do it. And we ended up waiting 50 minutes for it. 50 minutes.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I was very satisfied with that. Um the first Death Eater was broken, so that was a bummer. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there is a pendulum that's at the very start of the time turner room. I'm pretty sure that thing is supposed to move, but I never saw it moving. I don't know for sure though. Um, and you obviously haven't done Battle of the Ministry.
No.
I mean, I will say, like, I think that I think Monsters Unchained is definitely the better ride, just because like it's got more visually going on. It's a little bit more like rewritable. It's close. I'm not gonna lie,
That
it's
is
close.
good to hear because I've heard a lot of not bad but mixed things about how if it's just like a all right ride, if it really is like an amazing one.
I think it's far and away the best. I mean, I don't think it's better than Hagrid's, but at the same time, like frankly,
For
even
what it
in
is.
spite of the wait times, dude, it's still easier to get on than Hagrid's is, because
Yeah.
the wait time will go down by the end of the day. That's not happening on Hagrid's. Hagrid's, if you don't get there at rope drop, you are waiting at least an hour. If you're lucky, you're waiting an hour for Hagrid's.
Yeah.
So like I take the accessibility of rides fucking seriously. Like if a
Oh,
ride
that's a
is
big
really,
difference.
yeah, if a ride is really good but it's impossible to get on, I take that seriously. But I mean, Battle of the Ministry, like, it is basically Spider-Man on steroids, but let me tell you, like, it's a huge upgrade from Spider-Man, and I love Spider-Man. And frankly, I think
Yeah.
it's kind of sad that Spider-Man at this point is kind of devolved into like a walk-on ride. And I don't know, it's kind of funny. We'll talk about, like, as we go through this, we'll talk about what lands might be in danger, because frankly, there's a lot. Like, the Simpsons is obviously in danger. There's some big rumors now about DC. Marvel is obviously a Disney thing, so that's a gray area. Toon Lagoon, it's like there's a lot that's kind of in the air. So but anyways, like, this isn't just like the jump from Forbidden Journey to Monsters Unchained. This is like a significant leap forward as far as the technology goes. And all I can really say is that, yeah, there's not as many animatronics, but the movement itself, the simulation, it feels spectacular. It really,
Yeah.
like, you really just get totally wrapped up in it. I very much appreciate the fact that it's not 3D as well.
That's always a bonus.
Mhm, mhm. So yeah, Battle of the Ministry, I definitely think is a win. Let's talk about the portal itself, because there's not a ton to do, but holy shit, the scale of it.
The scale is incredible. Like
Mhm.
the land itself I didn't care too much for what other than that, but once you get in there and you see that scale and how big everything is around you, that is the thing that sells it.
Mhm. There's that little stretch at the end where it's like the staircase, and then you see like the forced perspective. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That forced perspective is legitimately one of the most impressive pieces of forced perspective I have ever seen in a theme park.
Oh
It
yeah.
it literally looks like there is a whole city back there. I mean, it looks incredible.
It's
So yeah.
great.
Okay, so that's about it for now. Let's see. I think a lot of this is going to go by pretty quickly after this. So we did a Monsters Unchained repeat naturally. I love the atmosphere of Darkmoor, because once we got into Darkmoor again, the fiddle player storyteller lady was out, and
Cool.
I think she is super cool. I think she adds a lot to the environment. And also, as a bonus, a lot of times with those like little like streetmosphere shows, I can't really do them because I have a really hard time with standing. I
Mhm.
could walk forever. I just can't stand. Standing is difficult for me. Standing in one place for a long time.
Yeah,
But you've got
I
the
get that.
fountain that's right there, and that has seating. So we were able to just sit there and like listen to like 2 or 3 of her stories like in a row. So that was
That's
like
awesome.
just some really cool theme park vibes right there. Then we get into Igor, who was he was at his cart, which is right around the corner from Curse of the Werewolf. Do you know the thing that I did with the DVD?
No, and I'm ever since I saw that comment, I'm so curious to find out.
Are you at all familiar with the 2000s
And
animated movie Igor with John Cusack?
yes, I saw that one in theaters.
Oh boy. So basically my whole plan was like I took the DVD into the park. To be fair, I didn't take the whole DVD case. I didn't want to carry around the whole case. I just took the slip, the cover. And I went
Oh,
up to Igor and I was like, Igor, look, they made a movie about you and they even spelled your name wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I think that the actor was a little thrown off because I think it was like I got the sense that he didn't really want to infringe on like copyright. It was a little bit of a gray area, if that makes sense.
yeah.
But he was basically like, that's not me. That's not me, man. That's not me. But it was a fun interaction, and we did get a really good picture. Let me pull up the picture. My mom really ended up loving him. Literally the whole rest of the time we were there, she was like, when are we gonna go see Igor again? Hold on, let me pull up the picture.
That's a good photo.
Yeah, really fun angle. He came up with that angle. So yeah, I mean, it was like it wasn't as playful as I was hoping for in regards to like, but I no, Little Blue. I didn't want to film it just because again I didn't want to put the actor on the spot. It was kind of like a social anxiety thing, if that makes sense. Um,
I can't speak for that specific one, but I know a lot of friends of characters appreciate not filming bits with them.
and that was exactly like I wanted to have the memory.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily care like. And here's the thing. Let me. Pie, one of the single biggest pet peeves that I had the whole trip. Holy fuck. People in theme parks need to stay the fuck off of their phones, dude. You can't enjoy the park if you're going like this the whole goddamn time. You just can't. Live in the fucking moment, people. Like, look, I mean, I took a ton of pictures. I probably uploaded about 200 pictures overall, I was doing the photography thing. It's the video that I don't understand, Pi. It's the video that I do not understand. Because here's the thing. With YouTube the way it is, leave the video recording to the people that fucking live there. All right?
Yeah, there's so many videos online, and so many people not even like filming like specific family memories. They're just filming the
Mm-hmm.
park.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't need to. It's there. It's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that drove me crazy. One of the other things that really drove me crazy was people who would literally take a picture of everything in a queue. I was right behind a guy in the Monsters Unchained queue that did that. I wanted to fucking slap him, Pie. I wanted to fucking slap him.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't like quick. It was, oh man. People who are self-centered like that just really get under my skin, bro. They really get under my skin. But I digress. Anyway, so yeah, that was Igor. Igor was a lot of fun. All right, we're getting kind of towards the end of my notes here on day one. Okay, so after that, we went to Pizza Moon. Pizza Moon was really good. It's
Yeah.
not the best theme park pizza I've ever had. That honor goes to Via Napoli and Epcot. It doesn't touch Via Napoli.
Yeah. But isn't Via Napoli like twice the price? Am I gonna name the
Probably,
place again?
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this one's the best for like the fast food caliber, not the table service.
Mm.
But
I will
either
say,
way, I mostly just like the theming more than anything.
I agree. The theming's great. I will also say, I love the mobile ordering at the table. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's great. I think specifically, like, having them actually bring the stuff to the table is awesome. And I love how
Oh yeah.
many restaurants in the park do it. I do think that it should be a little bit more accessible to actually, like, if you don't want a more mobile order, I do think it should be a little bit more accessible than it is. And
Especially since the app is
also, my
not
mom and
great.
I, yeah, and my mom and I were doing this thing where we'd kind of like trade off, like, I'll pay for this meal, you pay for this meal. And the Universal app does not make it easy to switch cards. I'll say that. Like, I think you have to go all the way out to the home screen, set this to your like, you can't just like select the payment method when you're checking out. So that's definitely a thing to note. But overall, I thought the service was great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after that, we decided to go into Nintendo. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm a little bit aged out of the Power Band games a little bit.
They are fun, and I want to explore it more, but definitely is meant for kids running around first and for
Mm-hmm.
theme park fans second. And there's nothing wrong with that,
No,
but it's what they are.
I didn't bother to bring my Power Up Band the second day, and I did
Mm-hmm.
not miss it at all. Um, and I brought my Power Up Band from Hollywood, and I do like the fact that you can bring a band from either park and it can sync up to both parks. That's great. I love
Oh yeah.
that.
I
Um,
love anything that has like a scavenger hunt element to it.
totally. I think if it weren't for the fact that I already had done the Bowser Jr. challenge in Hollywood, I would be a little bit more inclined to actually collect the keys. Also, one of the games was just down. The game where you like crank the wheel thing and the Goomba comes down, that was down. So because of that, I was already kind of like, well, shit, like we can't do the completionist run anyways, so I don't really see a lot of point to it, you know.
Yeah.
We did the Piranha Plant alarm clock game. We failed it.
Yeah.
I didn't
I couldn't
feel
do that
like
one
going
either.
back around and doing it again. And honestly, I think that was less so because it was more just my social anxiety than anything else. Because it wasn't like there was a line. I probably waited at least a good 40 minutes for that thing in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, in Hollywood though, I had a really good cast member experience because the team member was like, the team member asked me if I wanted help, and I was like, absolutely, let's do this. So that was great because it is not a game that you can do solo.
No. My group had 3 people and we couldn't do it.
It's hard. It's legitimately easily the most
Yeah.
challenging game. Yeah. Also, I find it funny that the game where you have to like hit the POW block and and get like what I'm talking about with the
Yeah.
shell. The timing on that, I tried to base it on the timing based on the games. It does not work on the timing based on the games.
Not quite.
So we did that. We did the tile flipping game. We did the Bob Bomb game, which was fun, but I think the actual like putting the puzzles in place was a little bit too cumbersome. I kind of wish that the puzzle wasn't an element of that. I kind of think just collecting the keys would have been better. Um, After that, we pretty much just gave up on it.
Yeah.
So we went to go do Mario Kart. The line said it was going to be 40 minutes. And I figured, like, you know what? That's not that bad. It's legitimately probably the best queue I've ever experienced. And at this point, we still have quite a bit of time. Like, I don't even think it was 5 o'clock yet. I don't even think it was dark yet. And it ended up being literally a walk on. I don't know. I don't even know how that happened. I think
I think they've been factoring a lot of buffer time for breakdowns in all the queues.
part of it might have been, if I were to guess, part of it might have been it might have just broken down and then come back online.
Also
Might have been a
possible.
situation like that.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a 40-minute queue and most of the people cleared out and then it just came back online and we happened to catch it at the right time. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Mario Kart?
I really enjoyed it. And honestly, I enjoyed it more not playing the game than playing the game. Playing the game, it felt like those like YouTube shorts or TikTok videos where you have like, here's the clip, and here's someone playing a game, and here's someone mixing Play-Doh. There was just so much going on that felt like they were clashing with each other. But without that, just enjoying the ride itself, I liked that more.
Yeah, I agree. I did it twice. Once each day I was there. The first day I did the gameplay. Honestly, here's the thing though, and it's weird because when I did it in Hollywood, I legitimately really enjoyed the gameplay. I
Gameplay
think
is
what
fun.
I think what the problem was is that I just think for some reason the visor was not. I think what it was is that I forgot to loosen the headband on the helmet thing. And so because of that, the visor was just ever so slightly tilted upwards. And that just
Mm,
changed. I mean, it threw everything off.
yeah.
And frankly, like I appreciate the fact that I mean, I don't know, Donkey Kong, they don't try and force any gameplay into it, and that works just fine. Like, I
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that they do the gameplay, but at the same time, it's not the most effective thing in the world. It legitimately takes away from the immersion of the actual ride. I think the sets in there are beautiful, and it kind of takes away from that. I would be totally fine if they just went away from the gameplay, period. And I would not be surprised if they do in the future, honestly.
I don't see a problem leaving the gameplay because it already is optional. You can just take off the visor.
Hmm.
To me, it feels almost like two separate rides. One
Hmm.
that's gameplay with the sets as a bonus, and one that is the sets. And
Yeah.
I personally like the one better, but I like that they do have both there.
You know what was the one surprising thing to me about the sets is that I thought that the Twisted Mansion set I thought was like a little bit physical, and then the physical sets transitioned into screens. I was surprised to see that the whole thing was a screen.
Yeah, it blends a lot better than you
Hmm.
think it would. And that is one of the
Hmm.
good things with the AR is it blends the screens and the physical and the AR effects better than I thought it would.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's the best attraction in the world, and frankly, I think both of the Nintendo attractions, if they like, whenever they get around to doing a Zelda attraction, and it's not an if, it's a when. I really hope that they don't do any gameplay with it and just go as hard as they can to just make sure it's like immersion and atmosphere first and foremost. Because I don't know. I mean, and Nintendo, frankly, even when there's nobody in Nintendo, it's still a lot. It's still like a sensory overload. It's still not exactly an area I want to spend a ton of time in. Also, this is going to be a hot take, but like besides the fact that Yoshi is there, which I think Yoshi is a great ride for what it is, I
Mhm.
don't really think there's that much of a difference between the Hollywood version and the Florida version. Not as much as I was expecting. I mean, it's a little bigger, but honestly, it's not bigger as far as like square footage. It's just bigger as far as like there's a first story, a second story, a third story to it. Honestly, I kind of found that to be more of a bug than a feature because it just kind of made traversing the land a little bit more difficult than it needed to be. So,
Makes sense.
yeah. Anyways, okay, at this point, I mean, I already pretty much said my piece on Stardust, but I I mean, there's a lot of things about Stardust. Like, I think the best part about Stardust by far is the actual visuals of the duel itself. That's by
Yeah.
far the best element of it. It's just airtime, and the airtime isn't even as good as the Velocicoaster airtime. Not remotely as good. And when you get launched, you're just like, hey, there's the fucking sewage plant. I have a view of the sewage plant.
It's definitely one that's gonna benefit the most from when things start growing in back there.
But
Well, expansions
I don't
happen.
think you can help that view of the sewage plant though, because you go up like 150. You are going to see it, and it's
Yeah.
going to stink. The sewage plant. I will say the scent of the sewage plant. I had heard that was going to be an issue. It was much more of an issue on day 2 when the weather was worse, which kind of makes
Ooh.
sense. Yeah. Not enough to ruin that day because I mean we'll get there, but that day was amazing. It was still a little bit of an issue. I don't know. I mean, I'll talk about it more. I'll talk about Velocicoaster more when we get to Islands of Adventure, but like, I mean, suffice to say, like, I think people that think Stardust is better than Velocicoaster, I think they need to have their mental health checked.
It's definitely a little bit of hype and recency bias affecting that. I'm not I'm a coaster guy in the sense that I like coasters, but I'm more of a coaster guy in the sense of that's neat, yay, than knowing about the coasters.
Mm-hmm.
So for me going into it, I heard it was like Velocicoaster, but more intense. And I'm like, yep, but I think Velocicoaster was already about what I wanted it to be. So like I definitely like Velocicoaster more. This one felt like it was like instead of feeling like fun airtime, it felt like it was trying to like buck you off like a bull. It felt
Mm-hmm.
like a mechanical bull ride coaster.
Mm-hmm. I mean, straight up, like, I think Mako at SeaWorld is a way better ride than Stardust. Straight
Oh, I
up.
love Mako.
Yeah.
Mako's
Yeah.
incredible.
Mako was my number 1 before Velocicoaster. It's still probably solidly in my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Stardust has nothing on Mako. I'm sorry. I don't even think Stardust is as good as, like, Manta, frankly. I don't know, man.
I'd put it above Manta, but I think once you get past the like first set of hills, that's when Stardust really comes alive a bit to me.
Mm. I will say with Stardust, I did not get as many night rides as I probably should have.
Mm.
I got 1 night ride on day 1. And then day 2, there was a very good reason why I only got 1 night ride. And I will leave that for
Ooh,
suspense. It wasn't
cliffhanger.
that it went down. It's that I physically could not do it. But yeah, I'll hold that as a
He got hit by a
cliffhanger.
shrink ray and was no longer able to get the height limit.
All right. So
You can't
at
tell with the
this
camera, but he's only 47 inches tall now.
God. I at this point it had become night. So we were like, you know what? Let's go into Darkmoor for a 3rd time, baby. No regrets. I mean, Darkmoor is incredible at night, and that's when we decided to scope out the Burning Blade. That's when I got the night ride on Curse of the Werewolf with the Burning Blade, which was incredible. We got a cocktail at the Burning Blade. I'm pretty sure it was Your Heart's Desire, I think.
Ooh.
One of the best cocktails I've ever had at a theme park, hands down. It was delicious. It got me pretty damn buzzed, which is going to play a factor for the end of the night. I'll say that. I think you probably remember me telling you about this when we met up. I had the cheese balls from the Burning Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately one of the most foul theme park meals I have ever had in my life. Just straight up disgusting. Like, yeah. Honestly, to the point where it's like, if it would have just been mid, that would have been like, oh man. But the fact that they were so bad, I honestly was kind of glad that I got them, because I was like, oh, these are so bad that it's like legitimately funny how bad they are.
It's a story now.
Exactly. So at this point, we're waiting around for the Burning Blade to start. We got a pretty strict timeline. We need to hit Nintendo. I want to make sure that we get in line for Donkey Kong before they close off the line. That was like my main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know when that's over. Yeah. But so we need to get in line for Donkey Kong, and I wanted to end the night with Yoshi. It was a little bit of a long shot, but I wanted to do it. So we ended up staying. I wanted, like, obviously I saw the Burning Blade from Curse of the Werewolf, but I wanted to see the whole show. And so we were kind of waiting, like, okay, like, we need to leave the portal by 9:15 at the latest to get over to Nintendo by 9:30. So timed it out right, went off about 9:10. Perfect. I think the payoff for waiting for the windmill is incredible. Frankly, I think it's kind of like because people wait around for the dragon to go off in Diagon Alley, and it's like, after you see the windmill, it's just not worth it to see because the dragon is just like one blast of fire. Like like the windmill is like a whole damn show. Like the windmill reminded me more of like the now defunct volcano show at the Mirage in Vegas more than anything else, honestly. Like, obviously it's shorter than that, but it's kind of a similar level of pyro. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, well, you Jesus Christ. You do that, Pie. You do that. Let me know let me know when you are back. Anyways, I can wrap this thing up pretty quickly though. We get into the Nintendo portal probably about 9:20ish, and we take the little side entrance that drops us off in the first floor, not the third floor. At this point, I've got my cocktail in me, and the second we get into Donkey Kong Country, and I hear the jungle hijinks music, I'm just dancing my ass off. I am just dancing my ass off. It was one of the most delightful drunk moments I have ever had at a theme park. I was just like, hell yeah, dude, let's go. So we get into the line for Donkey Kong. No breakdowns, fortunately. That thing loads like a motherfucker. I couldn't imagine waiting in a long queue for it. I think we ended up waiting maybe about 20 minutes for it, something like that. And yeah, Donkey Kong, it's fine, which is pretty much what I was expecting it to be. Honestly, it's fine. I think out of the major rides in the park, it's one of the weaker ones. One thing I will say for it is that oh, hello?
It's got Diddy Kong, so it has to be perfect.
Yes. No, I will say that the animatronics, specifically Cranky and the final Donkey Kong animatronic, way bigger than I thought they'd be. I mean, that final Donkey Kong animatronic is huge. But
Yeah, nice.
we did get stuck in front of it for like 15 minutes though. So that was the first operation thing that happened. we knew it would probably be fine because at that point it was about 9:40. So, and I knew that Yoshi, like the line, it's not like the line for Yoshi was going to close early, and it was like pretty much like a 5-minute walk at most. So we get off of Donkey Kong, go over to Yoshi. Absolutely perfect way to end out the night. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better like final ride of the night. It was serene. The lighting in Super Nintendo World was great. I mean, and I got straight up a little bit emotional because I was like, besides Le Cirque Canoe being down, we accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish that day.
It really
And
sounds like a pretty much perfect day.
pretty much, yeah. Little did I know that it was about to get a whole lot better on day 2, but we'll get there. Because day 1 was a smooth day. Day 2 was like a surreal once in a lifetime day. I'll put it that way. Then after that, I didn't even know that the big fountain show at the end of the night was going to be a thing, but it was, and it was incredible. It was cathartic as hell, and I got a little bit emotional during it. So after the park closed, and I think I told you this, I do a whole ass loop around Celestial Park. A whole loop. Just taking everything in. We end up being one of the last people out of the park of the night. We catch the bus about 10:45. And that was our Epic Universe Day.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I think the rest of this is going to go, well, I don't know. Epcot I'll have some thoughts about. But most of the days will go by relatively quickly comparatively. Day 3, which was basically an Islands of Adventure speed run the first part of the day, then a break, and then a studio speed run the second part of the day. So really quick, just to crack it all out, successful Hagrid's rope drop, which was great. I think my mom, she was a little bit intimidated by Hagrid. She didn't really want to go on it again. Understandable. She loved Spider-Man. She really liked King Kong. She loved Cat in the Hat. And here's the thing, Ty. I got my mom in on the joke about the Cat in the Hat being creepy. And it definitely ended up being one of the highlights of the trip as far as the humor goes. Because, like, the cat animatronics in that ride, it really is just uncanny how, like, every single one of them is creepy in, like, a different way.
It's great. I think my favorite is that the mouth doesn't move. There's just the chin going up and down.
Right. I mean, I love how it's like most of the animatronics, it's like the eyes are the problem because the eyes are like sunken in. But then that one animatronic, I'm pretty sure it's the one of him in the bath. His eyes are like, he looks like he's on speed, you know, like just very wide eyes. So yeah, I mean, again, like I've been on all these rides before. I don't really have that many notes on them. Let's see, studios. A couple notes on studios. I mean, obviously E.T.'s great. Obviously, that's a highlight. Men in Black we got on, and Men in Black I think closed like the next day or the day after or something, and it's still down.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that.
You got good timing.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it the one time when we did, for sure. I didn't even realize it was down when we went to the Orlando Informer nights, honestly. Let's see. What else? Okay, The Mummy. That was one of my most anticipated rides specifically for my mom because she loved Revenge of the Mummy in Hollywood. And I was like, oh, if she loves Revenge of the Mummy in Hollywood, she's going to love this one.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think this is the point where like it was kind of a double-edged sword to do Epic first because she liked it, but it was no monsters, you know?
Very fair.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the fire ceiling got to her as much as I thought it would. I don't think the fake out ending got her as much as I was hoping it would.
It's a
Uh,
ride I very much love. It's
mm,
also a ride that shows its age more than other ones that came out around the same time, and I can't quite explain why.
I feel you on that. I mean, I think the one effect in that ride that still really holds up is the fire ceiling.
Oh yeah.
I think the animatronics are definitely a little dated for sure, especially when we just saw Monsters Unchained the day before.
Yeah.
So, one of the unexpected surprises of this trip is that I actually got a new appreciation for Gringotts, believe it or not.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, like to the point where I would probably put it above Forbidden Journey. I don't know how much of a hot take that is. But
I have no idea how much of a hot take that is, but to me it is. I can't say I agree. But you know what? Everyone's different.
I mean, I love the queue. I think the presentation is great. I love the storytelling of the fact that like you go on the ride and it explains why the dragon is out front. Um,
Yeah.
for me, I think what really made the ride was the fact that like once I accepted that I knew it was going to be so screen heavy, which I didn't know the first time I did it. Once I
Hmm.
accepted that, I really got into it, honestly. I really kind of dug it. I don't know. I think it's a very dynamic ride. I think it's got a lot going for it. The the uh the drop at the beginning is great. I really love the moment where the troll grabs your car and then like throws it and spins it. I think that's a really good simulation moment. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot going for it. Like I was very pleasantly surprised because like I thought it was kind of disappointing when I first did it just because of of the screens, but I kind of made my peace with the screens and making the peace with the screens. I could
Yeah.
appreciate it for what it was.
See, for me, I never had issue with the screens. My biggest problem's always been that it has that universal ride issue that a lot of universal rides tend to have, of everyone constantly talking with exposition and like paragraphs at a time. And I just want to like shake them and be like, shut up for 5 seconds and let us on a ride.
Are you talking about the pre-show?
No, like during the ride in Green Gods, every scene there's a new exposition dump.
Right, right. I feel you.
All
I
times you
feel
just
you.
sit around watching people talk.
Uh huh. I
The
don't.
visuals and the ride motion speaks for itself. You don't need to keep explaining everything.
Mm, mm.
But that's a personal pet peeve more than anything.
Let's see. I do think that it's very like one thing that endeared me about the dialogue is I think it's really endearing the way I'm pretty sure it's Bill Weasley, right? Am I correct
Hmm.
there? Yeah,
Sure.
I love the way that he keeps insisting that Gringotts is the safest place on Earth, and then that ends up being the last line of the ride. Like, I think that's really endearing. I don't
Yeah. That one is fun.
know. Okay, so let's see. So that's about it. Then we met up. Fun game of mini golf. I really like how
Hmm.
supportive you were about my mom doing the trivia stuff.
Yeah. They have trivia for every hole in the mini golf course there. Not every hole, but like every third hole.
Hmm.
It's a fun little extra detail.
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. So that was about it for the second day.
Yeah. Where does the Walgreens rank in your attraction list? Is that above or below Stardust Races for you?
It's about even. It's about even.
Okay. I mean, they have so much Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise year round at Walgreens for some reason, so I understand.
All right. We actually ended up having to go to Walgreens again.
Nice.
Mostly just because I lost my headphones during one of the Orlando Informer meetups, and I was like, there is no fucking way I'm going on a 6-hour flight without headphones.
Yeah.
And my mom
You
needed
always get them on
cigarettes.
the plane and spend like $10 for Dollar Tree headphones that don't work.
I wasn't going to do that. I was going to pay $50 for a pair of headphones from the airport.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Oh, dear God, Epcot. This might be a little bit of a long one, so strap in. Just to make sure you're doing okay on time, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
got at least another 45 minutes.
Okay, after this I think it's going to go by pretty quick, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how I was like really stressing out about like Ubering to International Gateway?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want to risk going into the boardwalk because I don't want to, I don't want to run into a situation where they turn us away.
Yeah.
I came up with a hack. Do you want to know what the hack is?
What's the hack?
Swan and Dolphin, baby!
Hey.
They don't even have
There
a
you go.
security booth. It's not
Good to
technically
know.
run by Disney. Thank you, Chat GPT. That was because I was kind of using Chat GPT for like, like trip planning and stuff like that. And that was one of I just kind of typed in like, hey, any idea if there's anything I can do? And they're like, yes, Swan and Dolphin. It doesn't have a security booth. It's not run by Disney. And I was like, oh, perfect. I mean, it's like what, like another 5 minutes of walking? It's nothing.
Yeah.
So that was great. So Ratatouille, what's your thoughts on Ratatouille? Because that's what we rope dropped.
I like it. Like, it's not like the standout new e-ticket, but for an empty space they weren't using to have this fun dark ride, it's cute.
I liked it a lot more than I thought it would. It's definitely screen heavy for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the scale effects, like the perspective and stuff, I think it's really well done. Like I love how the queue gets gradually, and I knew this about it going in, but if you need to smuggle contraband, go with Swan and Dolphin. I mean, you still have to get through Disney security, so
Yeah.
but my favorite moment is the moment where you're underneath the oven and the fire, like, not because of the fire, but specifically because I love how there's that giant screen in front of you. And like when you're under the oven, you really do feel like you are in this environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's a nice touch that really immerses you.
because it's not just the oven, it's the fact that like the whole screen like surrounds you. You really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really enjoyed Ratatouille a lot. I wanted to rewrite it using the single rider line. I kind of had the instinct that like, nah, we probably shouldn't. We probably should move on. That was a good instinct. One
Mm-hmm.
of the reasons that was a good instinct is that we timed out Impressions de France perfectly. Like we walked in literally 1 minute before it started. And as you know, there's
Ooh.
only a couple showings of that a day.
Yeah.
So that was perfect. I fucking love Impressions de France. I think it's one of my favorite attractions in Epcot. I love how authentically like old school Epcot Center it is. It's not going to be anything that's mind blowing, but at the same time, I mean, I still think it's impressive. Like even to this day, it's more charming than anything else. But like, I don't know. It's
It's really well done.
mm-hmm. I love the music. I love like at this point, it just feels like it's so vintage. It just feels so old school in a good way.
Yeah.
So after that, we're kind of just casually strolling through the World Showcase. The crowds haven't quite, built up yet. We decide to get some caramel corn from the caramel place in Germany, and we're sitting there just enjoying the vibes of the World Showcase. And I tell my mom, I'm like, this is exactly what we're going to be doing all day for the World Showcase. This is exactly the way to enjoy the World Showcase. Just sitting there, enjoying the vibes.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Uh-huh.
Foreshadowing. Because
It felt like it.
that is in fact not what ended up happening at all. All right. So we get our avocado margaritas from La Cava de Tequila, go on Grand Fiesta Tour. Is there not a better combination of things to do in that whole park?
Oh, yeah.
I love Grand Fiesta Tour. I think it's probably in my top 3 or 4 attractions in Epcot. It's just a nice ride. I mean, I always like to pretend when you go around that first corner, which is my favorite moment in the whole ride, where you're next to the temple. It's always like, oh, we're at Disneyland, we're on Pirates of the Caribbean, because it legitimately feels that way, right? For like a minute. So yeah, I mean, just really fun ride, obviously. Did it a few more times throughout the day. I think we actually went around and did it like immediately afterwards, after we got off, just because there was no line.
There never is. It's like what you said about accessibility. Having those less popular rides adds so much to the park.
Totally. Like, even when the queue is full, it takes you like what, maybe like 10 minutes to go through. But yeah. Okay, so we do Test Track. Have you been on the new Test Track yet?
I have. Only once, but it was really good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. For my mom, the outdoor section was a little bit too intense for her. I could have done it again. Like, I definitely think I do really like the it's way better than the Tron version of Test Track. I legitimately kind of hated the Tron version of Test Track. Not a ton to say about it. Just really good. Gives you those kind of old school Epcot vibes, you know. They were not lying when they said it was a little bit of a tribute to the World of Motion. So that was good. Okay. Cosmic Rewind. It's basically just another Space Mountain, right?
Oh, yeah. I really like the ride. It's so very clear that they didn't want to make a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And it works. And it works as a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. But it's very clear they're like, hey, can we make this fun space coaster? Yeah, I'll put the Guardians of the Galaxy in it.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the new version of Space Mountain that they're building in Tokyo is essentially a non-Guardians of the Galaxy version of this. I really wouldn't be surprised, because it is essentially, it's so similar to Space Mountain. I mean, it's a little bit more intense than Space Mountain, but it is so similar. Also, I mean, you warned me about this. Other people warned me about this. I cannot fucking stand. Oh, look at my face. You know what I'm about to bring up, right?
Oh, yeah.
The pre-show.
No, yeah.
I literally heard people say, like, all right, move aside, people. This isn't my first time here. You gotta go to the doors. You gotta go to the doors. People are so fucking entitled in that room, Pie.
It's so bad.
I mean, that right away, that was kind of my first sign of like, oh, this park is not going to be as chill as Universal at all. Ooh.
I feel like they need a fence in the teleporter room that teleports with you so people stay in the same spot.
And here's the thing. I literally timed it out. We were like the last people through the doors, maybe like 7 more minutes of waiting. Maybe.
Yeah.
What is that in the grand scheme of things? Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to be an obnoxious asshole?
No. And people are so terrible in that queue. That's
so
when it really helps to have that contraband that B smuggles in.
Right. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I did bring a considerable amount of weed pills on the trip. Yeah. So that helped. That definitely helped. And it
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
even like I didn't even get it in like I didn't even bring them as far as like a hell yeah, let's get stoned. I brought it as like this is going to help regulate my anxiety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. After that, we cash in our lightning lane for Spaceship Earth. That's our first lightning lane of the day. I book a clutch lightning lane for Living with the Land for like 5:45. And you told me to see Living with the Land at night, and I knew to see it at night because of the lights. That
Hmm.
came in so in clutch because when we got back around to it, the wait was fucking 45 minutes long.
Oh yeah. No, it gets crowded at night now
Mm-hmm.
around
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time.
So I was very glad that we had that lightning lane. Let's see. So Spaceship Earth, I mean, it's good. I think the animatronics are a little dated. I think that the first scene with the big screen with the mammoths is a little dated. I genuinely kind of hate the descent because of the the interactive like this is your future game. I mean,
Yeah.
I genuinely think that descent would be better if it was just dark.
It's needed a next update with a better descent for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fucking crazy that they straight up just canceled the Spaceship Earth redo. I think it's fucking
Right?
crazy. Like, I understand canceling the Poppins attraction, although it makes me sad. They need to redo Spaceship Earth, man. It desperately needs it. It desperately needs it at this point. And I will say, Pie, the whole park is dated. The whole goddamn park. Showcase is dated. The walkways are dated. The paint in the park, the paint in the buildings, everything is dated. I cannot stand what they did to Future World. I think they fucking botched Future World. I mean, what the whole thing feels like a strip mall now.
See, I have some different opinions, but like also I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It
It just feels very corporate. That's my thoughts on it. It's just like instead of interventions, you have like boom, Mickey and Minnie and fucking Disney characters, and it's like that doesn't belong in Epcot. It's not the spirit of Epcot.
yeah. When it walks, like I love that the center area feels more like a city park and you can kind of chill out there. I've taken my laptop down there and done Imagineering games.
Are you talking about the part that has the Walt statue?
Yeah, the Walt statue and all the
Uh-huh.
lights and all the 4 different seating areas with slightly different vibes.
Sure, that's nice. That's nice for sure. I do miss the
But then when
fountain
you get
though.
to, yeah, it really is missing something with kinetic energy, whether it's a fountain or some kind of kinetic sculpture. It needs something,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe walking lights.
Yeah, something. I don't
That,
know.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, hmm, trying to think what the order of things is. What the hell did we do after that? I kind of feel like there's like a gap of time that I'm not accounting for, but oh well. Let's see. We go into the land to do Soarin' because we have a fast pass for that, and it's
Hmm.
Soarin'. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good, but at this point, it doesn't really do a ton for me. My mom liked it a lot.
Hmm.
I do think I have a hot take, and I mean, this is a pretty old hot take for me, but I do like Soaring Over the World better than Soaring Over California.
I think California is a slightly better film in the sense that more of it feels real. I think Over the World is better, especially for Epcot.
It's definitely better for Epcot for sure, and I agree that like there's actually no reason for Soaring Over the World to be in California Adventure when Soaring Over
Right.
California was like the signature attraction of California Adventure. But I just
Hmm.
like the scale of Soaring Over the World. I don't know. And the CGI doesn't bother me as much as it bothers a lot of people. Anyways, I think at this point we have a meal at. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the food court is called the Sunshine Seasons.
Yeah.
Mm. We have like the rotisserie chicken, delicious, great, no complaints there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the one meal that we ended up having. We did have a reservation at the Japanese restaurant. That's not the super fancy one and not Teppanydo, but the other one, the one that's kind of attached to Teppanydo. But
Yeah.
I figured, and this was a good instinct on my end, I figured, like, you know what? The park's so big, there's a lot to crack out. I don't think we're even going to have time for a table service restaurant. I was correct in that. I was definitely correct in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the hardest credit of the whole day to get was? I want you to guess.
What? Well, what? I
The
don't have a
hardest
guess,
credit.
honestly. Hardest credit. Probably Frozen. Frozen's
Nope,
such a pain to get
because
on.
we had a lightning lane for that.
Oh, that's right. I don't know. What would it have been then?
You're going to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
The American Adventurer.
Oh, yeah. No, that'll do it. Because you
Because
miss
it's.
that showing. It's like an hour and a half to the next one. And
Mm-hmm,
it's not near anything, so you can't do a thing and come back.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, what that situation was is that we got off Soarin' Over California, Soarin' Over the World, about 4:30 or about 4 o'clock, I would say, and we have that lightning lane. I'm pretty sure the lightning lane for Living with the Land, like the end point of the lightning lane, was 5:45, not the start point of it. So that was like a very narrow window of time. Like it was legitimately kind of stressful. So basically, here's how the rest of the night goes. It's kind of absurd how much backtracking we had to do. So we go all the way around to fucking American Adventure, get American Adventure done, then go all the way back around to Living with the Land. I think Living with the Land is overrated as hell. I don't get it. I legitimately don't get it. I'm sorry. I think the lighthouses are, or the lighthouses, the greenhouses are boring. I'm sorry.
It's okay to be wrong.
Even with the Christmas lights, there are better Christmas lights in my hometown than there are on that ride. I'm sorry. The greenhouses do nothing for me. Like, yes, the opening dark ride sections are cool, but like I genuinely find the cult following for that ride to be baffling, honestly. I'm sorry. Okay,
I think it
let's.
really helps that unless it is that Christmas time, it's almost always a walk-on.
You see, I don't even know about that though, because from what I've heard, I remember even the last time I was there, and like, oh god, when was the last time I was there? Like 2021, something like that. It was like, it wasn't a walk on. It was probably a good 20 minutes. Like, I don't know.
It's definitely had a spike since Disney hipsters have gotten super into it, but
Exactly.
same thing with like
Yeah.
People Mover. Once everyone started talking about how the People Mover was the best ride, it went from a walk on to now it's always 20 minutes.
But with the People Mover, at least that's a consistent loader that doesn't have lightning lane.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I mean, I can wait in a line if the line is moving, but Living with the Land, it's slow loading to begin with, even though it's a boat ride. It's not like Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And with the lightning lane, it's like, no, I'm sorry, but if you're stuck in that thing, it's not going to be great. So I end up snagging a lightning lane for fucking Journey into Imagination. We probably, actually, no, we did kind of need it. It did kind of come in clutch a little bit because most of the indoor queue was filled. It was about a 15-minute wait, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're trying to do everything in the park for the most part, it's
Yeah, it's up.
that comes in clutch, man. It does. I think my mom liked it. It didn't really leave that much of an impression, but she thought it was cute, you know. So
Yeah.
let's see. We go to oh, and I forgot to mention, but when we're walking to American Adventure, That's when the crowds start to form for the candlelight processional. And and the crowds at the
Yeah.
World Showcase only got worse from there. So
Yeah.
remember that that little like humble like, oh, this is how you enjoy the World Showcase. You just sit there and chill. Like, no.
Can't do that at night. Not
No.
anymore.
Like I was expecting us to like walk around and like, like see some of the storytellers. We didn't see a single goddamn storyteller the whole day. It was impossible. It was just impossible. And here's the thing with Epcot, though, is I fully believe that with Epcot, you almost need 2 full days at that park. One day to crack out the attractions, another day for vibes, if that makes sense.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It really is the best way to do it.
Yeah. All right, so we crack out Frozen. I mean, it's good. My mom's not really that big of a fan. Frankly, I am so glad that they're changing out those animatronics because holy shit, like a decade later, those projection faces look bad.
Yeah. And they've definitely gotten worse, so like quality wise. It's not just aging poorly, it's the quality of the projectors is going off.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It didn't leave that much of an impression with my mom. I don't even think she was that impressed with the Olaf. Honestly, I don't think the Olaf was moving. I don't think he was walking. Like, he was doing his animation, but I don't think he was actually walking. So that wasn't great.
That's a shame because that's like the impressive thing. I'm not the only impressive thing. That's like the most impressive part of the ride.
Mm-hmm. It did feel good to skip that line, though. I'm not gonna lie. We felt like fucking like royalty skipping that line. Okay, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
After that, when we're backtracking, we have a lightning lane. We have like one of those individual lightning lanes for Cosmic Rewind. I believe that was at like 8:45. And I make the worst mistake of the whole fucking trip, Pie.
Yeah.
I book a lightning lane for Mission Space. For myself. I knew that my mom wasn't going to be able to handle it.
Okay.
I did not realize that Moana closed an hour early.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pie.
Well then. Mm-hmm.
I sacrificed Moana for fucking
Mission
Mission Space.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can laugh about it now, but in the moment, that really fucking stung. I mean, I am a fan of Mission Space. As a thrill junkie, I don't get me wrong, it's not one of those long-term, like, this needs to stay around forever things. But, like, as a cheap little adrenaline rush, I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
It took us about 10 minutes to actually start once we were loaded into the capsule. So that was really uncomfortable. Like, legitimately, like, the capsule full on, like, opened up and closed, like, twice. And I was like, oh, this is not a good sign. So that wasn't great. Let's see. We do Cosmic Rewind again. The pre-show crowd is even more fucking obnoxious. Like that, like the second ride was when I legitimately heard like, okay guys, I've been here before. I know what we're doing. I'm like, fuck off, motherfucker.
There's a show going on.
What?
There's a show going on.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that way.
Legitimately, it took us 5 minutes to get on the ride after the doors. It's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. People are so goddamn entitled. And then after that, it was one of those things where, like, because Moana was closed, there wasn't really that much to do. We could have done Nemo if we really wanted to. We could have gone through Living Seas if we really wanted to. A part of me, like, I had initially totally planned on doing Cosmic Rewind, like jumping in line at the end of the night, but my feet were not going to handle that line. It was just not going to happen. So,
Yeah.
Oh, and the songs on Cosmic Rewind that we got, by the way, we got let's see, September, the first ride, and then Conga, the second ride. And Conga was the one that I really wanted to get, so I was glad that we got Conga.
The launch with Conga, like, I don't think it's the best song overall, but that launch is probably the best launch.
Mm-hmm. And also the walk from Frozen to Future World, that was like the worst crowd crunch of the whole night. My mom was over it at that point. My mom was over it. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rideshare situation was a little interesting because like I legitimately could not figure out where we were supposed to go. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to get on legitimately the first bus that we see, go to a resort, and take the Uber from there. And that was a good call, I think.
There you go.
So we ended up going...
rideshares are weird at Epcot because I don't think it's by the buses. It's just in the parking lot.
Yeah, and I legitimately could not... Like, I was trying to follow the signs. I could not figure it. And I also knew it was going to be one of those situations where, like, we were going to be competing with other people and the Ubers were going to be pulling up, like, and yeah, I did not want to deal with that. So we end up going to Port Orleans French Quarter. And I do something really dumb. I buy 2 12-packs of beignets.
That's so many beignets. As someone who loves them but does not do a lot of sugar, that would be like a year's worth of sugar for me.
There's so much powdered sugar in those bags. One would have been plenty. I'm sure I threw away at least a whole bag.
I love it.
Yeah. My logic was like, oh, I can have these for breakfast. But like, nah. Okay. How are you on time right now?
I'm doing good.
Okay, just making sure. You know what?
I remember you said you had things to do tonight. What time do you need to leave?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I mean, I was kind of like sort of thinking I could catch a movie, but that's not going to happen, but that's fine. I've got a movie night later tonight, but I don't even think we have a set time for that. But you know what? I do need to use the restroom, but you actually have something that you can plug, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
So go do that while I take care of business.
So the Imagineering Forum is really laying up right now with activity. We are coming to the end of Imagineering Weekends, which has been a series of every weekend, a different person hosts a different event. I kicked it off with Actually, and the last event should be starting, I believe, tomorrow with a surprise final host, but that should be starting soon. There is also a new season of the one sentence competition starting as a smaller 15-day season, like a real compact, fun, unique way to do it, hosted by Architectural Guinea Pig and Half Cartoon, Half Human. Architectural Guinea Pig, you might know as the one who won Citrus Dreaming Season 1, which is perfect in time because Citrus Dreaming Season 2 is starting soon. Signups just start yesterday. It's Celestial Dreaming. It has this overall epic universe theme to it, and if you want to play, it's a really fun Imagineering competition. Hopefully, at least. I'm planning on it to be fun. I wrote in the rules, you have to have fun. So that should work. And yeah, fun stuff.
Give me 1 second. Let me shoot a text message to the guy that I am doing the movie night with just to confirm the time.
Go for it. Even if you aren't playing in Celestial Dreaming, there will be a accompanying podcast on this channel, presumably on this channel at least, with me and Tiki. And it should be a good time helping to recap the podcast and make it all fun.
And you know what? Like, I am glad that you're getting a lot of people signed up, but I will say, Pi, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's a foregone conclusion. I am the best player. I'm gonna win.
Big fighting words. Tiki's coming out
That's
swinging.
all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't want to start that too much too early, but like, I won Vision's Fantastic. I won Tegan's Chopped competition. I am the best armchair Imagineer of all time, basically. This competition is mine. I'm going to crush the competition. So,
Well, you know what they say, pride comes before really good things. So we'll see.
right.
I could be like the first one eliminated.
right. All right. Okay, so next up okay. So day 5, this is I basically just started the day just doing a Hagrid's rope drop, just me, which worked fine. Not much to say there. Then after that, I pretty much took a break for most of the day. But this was our Orlando Informer meetup night. I initially was only going to go to one, but literally as soon as the first one started, I was like, I got to do another one. I got to do the one on Saturday.
I've always heard they're amazing.
Have you ever been to one?
I have not.
You need to. You need to,
Oh, yeah.
dude. Oh my god. It's not just the food is awesome. Like the food service, it's so convenient. Like you just walk up and grab whatever you want. It's such a good value. Like, cause I'm used to like going to the Disney after hours events and it's like, yeah, we'll give you fucking popcorn and ice cream. Whereas at Orlando Informer, it's like for maybe $100 more than those events are. It's like you get everything. You get like you can walk up to churro carts and get like 4 churros. Like, and they want to give them to you. They want to give that food away. Like it's incredible.
They treat you right.
But it's also the community. It's obviously like, because here's the thing, we went during the perfect time because frankly, as far as like Islands of Adventure and studios goes, like obviously Hagrid's not going to be a walk-on, but for most other things, like we waited like maybe 20 minutes for Gringotts. That's really about it. For the most part, basically the whole trip, most things were walk-ons. So
fantastic.
Yeah, so it's not like the walk-ons for the rides were like pivotal, but at the same time, I think it's just the atmosphere that really makes it, right? Like that empty park atmosphere. That's really the value in addition to the food. But Pi, I never did post this to the main board, but I want to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I lucked out, man. I lucked out. Here's the thing with that. Was this your first
time ever doing it? Is this adding like a Coaster credit brand new?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Amazing.
Dude, I haven't even I didn't even get to Universal until like 2017, right? Like when I was like in my late 20s. So it's like, yeah. Okay. Have you done it?
As like a small child. They used to just let people ride it. But it got to be too popular, I think.
I imagine.
But I was young enough anyways, I never had a chance to not ride it until I was too old.
The swinging on it is insane. Do you remember that when you did it?
I remember the swinging. I remember it being like just really cool, flying above everything.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought the swinging was legitimately intense. Like, as in, obviously I'm a little bit used to Velocicoaster, but I legitimately thought it was more scary than Velocicoaster. Like, I thought the damn thing was gonna like swing off of the fucking rail. Like, it was swinging like crazy.
Honestly, with his age, it probably is more reason to be scared of that than Velocicoaster.
Right. I think the coolest view is you get like a bird's eye view of the Skull Island turnaround area, which was really cool to see. Um, let's see. So yeah, I didn't even know that I had gotten it until the day of, because they sent the email notification to my spam folder. So literally when I was checking in, they were like, "Oh yeah, you have a P Flyers pass." And I was like, "I do?" So that was an awesome surprise when I was checking in. um I'm gonna save Velocicoaster for the second night because I did a full-on marathon the second night.
Okay.
What I will say with this first night, let's see, what notes do I have for the first night? There was one moment where I did something really stupid, and it was almost kind of like divine intervention that it worked out. Because you know how I said that I really wanted to like do that second night, like as soon as I got into the park and started doing the first night.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried that a lot of other people that were there would basically have the same reaction that I had, and that what tickets were left for night 2 would go before the night was over. So I needed to secure my ticket. What I didn't realize was that I already had a ticket in my cart on the website. So I
Oh.
accidentally bought 2 tickets. My mom wasn't going to go a second night, and I paid for the second ticket. And I was like, "Oh shit. Oh shit. This is not good." I mean, that could have potentially been trip ruining because it was like $250, right?
Yeah, that's a lot to accidentally spend.
Right. We were in Diagon Alley at the time. We were having a meal at the Leaky Cauldron. Amazing, by the way. Have you ever had the apple pie at the Leaky Cauldron?
I've not.
You need
I
to
don't think
make
I've
a
ever
note of
actually
it.
eaten there.
Make a note of the apple pie, dude. The apple pie is incredible.
Nice.
But yeah, so I was just internally like freaking out, like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I am fucked. And I thought that I was gonna have to like walk all the way outside of the park. Even when I was outside of the park, I didn't know where the actual guest services thing was gonna be. I didn't know who to talk to. Pie, I swear to God, right outside of Diagon Alley, as if it was fucking fate, there was a concierge table. Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect.
there were a lot of things that went right this trip. That is one of the things I was the most grateful for the whole trip, man. I mean, and they told me that usually they don't do refunds, but since you basically came right away, they did it. It worked out. Oh my God. I mean, yeah. So that was wonderful. And that was basically night 1. And I got my ticket for day 2 secured. I knew that I would have major FOMO if I didn't do day 2. And yeah, that was about it. Okay,
Awesome.
let's see. So we the next day we go to Volcano Bay. I think Volcano Bay is just okay.
It definitely gets overhyped, but
Mhm.
what is great is really great. But people talk about it as if it is like the best theme park in the world sometimes.
You mean the best water park?
Yeah.
I will say, Pie, I don't think it holds a candle to the Disney water parks, just as far as immersion goes. I think the problem with Volcano Bay is that they don't hide the slides at all. Because with Blizzard Beach, for the most part, they hide those slides within the rockwork. And I think they do a really damn good job of that. With Volcano Bay, I don't know, I just don't appreciate the fact that for the most part, the slides are just kind of like out in the open. For me, it just takes me right the hell out of it. Um, I think the best elements of Volcano Bay are like the 2 rivers. And that's
Yeah.
pretty much what we did. Like, we did Krakatoa once. My mom liked it. She says she kind of regrets not doing it again. I wish she would have done it again because you can't do it as a single rider. But we did Krakatoa once, and we did the rivers, and then we did the wave pool for like 10 minutes, and that was about it. I don't know. That's fine. It
I
was a good. What?
The thing that holds it back compared to Disney for me, even beyond the sight lines, is especially with Blizzard Beach, you have that ski lift.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not climbing up and down stairs all day, which I feel like is
Sure.
the biggest downside of any water park you go to. And I
Sure.
can't
Sure.
believe that building a new one from scratch post seeing that there wasn't an attempt to mitigate how that is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never been to Typhoon Lagoon, but I imagine even Typhoon Lagoon, like, I imagine even though the sight lines in that park, I imagine are better.
Yeah, it's other than like one slide from like one angle, everything is built into the rock walk or it's themed. Possibly even better than Blizzard that way.
Oh, wow. And the thing with Volcano Bay is, like, honestly, most of the slides, they basically just feel like a Hurricane Harbor or like a Raging Waters or something. Like, for me, there's almost no difference. Like, yeah, the volcano is a really cool set piece, and the rivers are cool, but that's really about it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Volcano Bay. I'll probably never do it again.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, but so I get into Orlando Informer Day 2, Night 2. Pi, have you ever heard of the Bobs on ET?
The Bobs?
The Bobs.
No?
Oh, hold on.
Oh. Yeah.
So I just happened to see that was happening on the Facebook group the night before, and I happened to catch the time that it was happening. And that was an amazing thing to take part of. That was an amazing thing to take part of.
So much fun.
But on a little bit of a more serious note, I mean, not serious, but kind of like, emotional note, I guess.
Yeah.
It was obviously great to take part in that, but what really touched me about that moment was not the actual ride. It was me showing up about like 15 minutes ish early, and I just sat on a bench and I observed the community, and they were doing the trinket trading, which is a big part of Orlando Informer. Like, people will bring like bracelets and handmade pins and stuff. And I mean, the sense of community just really touched me. The sense of community
That's really great.
yeah. And it really kind of made me motivated to be like, because like I have a good group of friends. Most of my friends come from my support group at this point, which is fine. They're great. I love them. I don't have friends that necessarily are on my same wavelength with the same kind of weird, nerdy shit that I'm into. And it made that moment just sitting there, observing it. I felt no pressure to actually participate. I was just observing it. That moment made me really motivated to try and find my people in California.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and expand my social outlets a little bit more. There's a board game group at a local hobby store that I've been kind of flirting with going to for a long time, and that's
That'd be
kind
cool.
of the thing that is going to push me over the edge to actually do it. Yeah.
Here's what you do. You take one class at community college, doesn't matter what, cheapest one you can, and then you do Disneyland's Disney College program.
God.
And anyone who doesn't like, why are you above the age of 22? You have a new friend in the theme park show.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So after that, I take the Hogwarts Express over to Islands, and I go absolutely fucking feral on Velocicoaster marathoning.
Nice.
I mean, Velocicoaster is like, it's a masterclass. Like, and again, I'm sorry, but I'm going to shit on Stardust a little bit more. Because not only does Velocicoaster obviously have the better setting, I mean, it's like, if you think Stardust has a better setting, I'm sorry, you are objectively fucking wrong. But Velocicoaster, I think, just has such a more dynamic layout to it. Like, I mean, obviously the Mosasaurus roll, like that thing, it literally feels like it's going to kill you in the best way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, even the half loop at the beginning, like, it's incredible that there are 2 moments of airtime in that thing on inversions. I mean, you never see that. And just the airtime in general is incredible. That stall is incredible. I mean, the top hat, it's such a good ride. I think I got like 6 rides on it total, including a couple rain rides, which were great.
Ooh.
And I want to emphasize here, it was raining. It wasn't pouring out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just foreshadowing. Foreshadowing.
The yet there?
Yeah. I tried to get a night ride on Hagrid's. I got in line about 11:20, knowing that they had to shut it down, not just shut the line down, but shut the whole ride down at midnight for noise ordinance. And it didn't work out because the weather ended up shutting it down. Not a terrible deal. I've done a night ride on it once. Not really that big of a deal. So after that, I mean, I kind of make the rounds. You know, I do a river adventure ride in the rain after midnight.
Ooh, that's gotta be incredible.
I mean, straight up, like, I am glad that River Adventure is getting attention because you know it's going down like most of the year next year, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad it's getting attention, but like, I still think for the most part that ride holds up.
It
Like,
does. Like, fix a few of the animatronics and it doesn't need anything else.
I legitimately think that ride holds up way more than most of the shit at Epcot does. I think Epcot is dated as fuck, which is kind of crazy considering Epcot literally just went through like a multi-year full scale, you know, park wide refurbishment. It still feels dated.
They fixed all the stuff that didn't need to be fixed.
Basically, yes.
And like, even if I'm a lot more positive towards the end result than you are, there's no arguing in my mind that the hub wasn't the problem. Why was that the focus?
Oh man. So let's see. After that, I'm kind of slowly making my way through the front of the park. I did do Reign of Kong, but it didn't. I should have known this, that we didn't end up going on the outside because it was raining. I should have known that, so it ended up being a little bit of a wash. Oh well, still a fun ride.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I did Spider-Man. One big surprise is that Doctor Doom was open past midnight, which I was not expecting because of the noise ordinance thing. So that was a big surprise that I was able to do that. And I was able to do that in the rain. Like, literally, like, the doors open and it's just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm just going to sit here and it's just going to be, like, pouring, basically. So that was fun. And then, so I end the night out at Seuss Landing, fully anticipating that my last ride of the night is going to be High in the Sky Seuss Trolley Train Ride, which I think would be a really, really good last ride of the night. The same way that that Yoshi ended up being a really good last ride of the night for Epic.
Yeah.
But
Oh, neat.
literally, there were like 2 parties ahead of me. I was like,
good. That's a long line.
And I'm going to lay out another bit of foreshadowing. This was not the first time, this was not the last time on the trip that I was going to hit a highly coveted meet and greet at the very end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And he was in Circus McGurkus because of the rain specifically. I think usually during the OI meetup, he's outside actually, but because of the rain, he was in the circus, and I actually used the trolley going through the circus as like a bit of improv, because I heard him like kind of complaining about the trolley when I was in line, and so when the trolley came by, I was like, oh look, there's the trolley again, and he's like, yeah, I know, and look, there's more people on it this time too. I'm like, yeah, there's 3 rows of people on it now instead of just 1. What's up with that? And the Grinch is like, yeah, and what are they doing? They're waving. Why are they waving? I'm like, and then at that point I was like, yeah, boo, boo. And the Grinch was like, yeah, boo. So that was amazing. That was a great interaction.
Good.
Yeah, and perfect thing to end. I mean, you could imagine. That was not on my bingo card for the night. I did not think I was going to do the Grinch. You can imagine at that point, I was like, oh my God, this trip is fucking perfect. There's literally nothing that could happen during this trip to make it any more perfect than it already is. Foreshadowing.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
All right, so Epic Universe Day 2. It's going to be hard to talk about this day without getting emotional.
You're talking to people that get it. This is a theme park fan community. It's okay.
I'm not going to bore you with the details of what happened before the final few hours.
Mm-hmm.
It started to downpour. It started to absolutely downpour. Like, way more than I had ever experienced before. To the point where my mom split. She was done. Which I was totally fine with, because that meant I wouldn't have to, I could just go completely at my own pace at that point. When it started to downpour, it was like a mass exodus. Everyone left. And I had like 4 hours left.
Oh, that's amazing. So many people don't realize that Florida downpours usually last an hour at most.
No, it lasted a good chunk of the night. It did. It lasted about, I want to say, at least 2 hours. There was a certain point I walked onto Ministry, which was fucking surreal. Ministry, I did get stuck for about 20 minutes on it. And hold on. We were at the very end of the ride, literally the very end of the ride. So it wasn't even like we were stuck in a cool spot. So that was a little bit of a bummer. And then after I got off of Ministry, literally the only things that were open were Mario Kart and Monsters, right? So my logic was like, okay, I'm going to go do Mario Kart once just to crack it out, just to do it. And that was the ride that I did without the goggles. My logic, at that point, I had about 2 hours left. My logic, because literally it was just that and Monsters open at that point. my logic was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to fucking marathon Monsters. Like, I bet you there's literally going to be nobody on it. I bet you I can just keep going on. Like, they're probably not even going to make me get off. And I was right about that. I did it 3 times. And something in my gut told me, you know what? As awesome as this is, I don't want to overdo it, you know? I don't want to burn this ride out to the point where it's like, it's never going to not be cool, but I don't want the novelty of it to wear off. And I had a feeling in my gut that I should get off. And I followed my gut feeling. And I'm not going to lie, when I got off of it and it was downpouring, I was like, okay, you know what? I have like an hour and a half left. I legitimately don't know if I'm going to make it to the end of the night here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one last slow walk through each of the portals and just take in the detail. With the rain, I didn't care. At that point, you know how with Florida rain, at a certain point, it's like you get so wet, it's like, what the fuck ever, you know? It's not like you're going to get any wetter at that point. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that.
Yeah. So I walked by the Burning Blade. I wanted to see the Burning Blade. I was shocked that the Burning Blade was running in the rain. I mean, but I did see it go off when I was going into Monsters. So I was like, okay, you know what? I want to get one last look at the Burning Blade. I want to see it go off one more time before I leave Darkmoor. And Pie, Curse of the Werewolf reopened as I was walking by it. Which meant that Stardust was going to reopen.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew that there was a reason I got off of this. I knew there was a reason I got off of Monsters Unchained. So, I mean, Curse of the Werewolf, just delirious fun in the rain. Awesome. But remember that foreshadowing of, like, Velocicoaster, when I went on Velocicoaster, it wasn't downpouring yet? Stardust, here's the thing. It was still raining like hell. There just wasn't lightning, which is how they were able to run the outdoor rides, you know?
Yeah.
Stardust in a downpour? It was the most batshit, delirious, intense thing I have ever done in my life as far as a coaster goes.
That sounds so much fun.
It wasn't, actually.
No.
Have you done a coaster like that in a downpour?
No. The only thing I've done is test track in a downpour, heavy rain.
Okay. It's physically painful. Like, it literally feels like you are being pelted with tiny needles.
That makes sense.
So, it was a super memorable ride. And frankly, I'm glad that it was the last ride that I got on Stardust. Because it was just like, I had no idea what the fuck was even going on. I could barely even keep my eyes open, you know? And I'm pretty damn sure I was literally the only one on the train. I think I was the only one on either train.
Incredible.
And when I got back, the person was like, you want to go again? I'm like, I can't. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. Because it was just, I told them, I was like, this is like the first time in my life I have to turn down a coaster marathon. Because just, yeah, the needle feeling, it was just, I don't like needles. And I'm not going to lie, like with Stardust, it's like halfway through that ride, I was like, oh, fuck, like, this is incredible, but at the same time, like, we have a whole second half to go. Oh my God, this is brutal. So yeah, I get off of it.
You survived.
Yeah. I go into Potter, do one more ride on Ministry, which is back up at that point, because why not? There was literally nobody in line. I mean, I can't emphasize enough, Pie. Like, with Ministry, I thought I would be lucky to get one ride on that thing through 2 days, okay?
Yeah.
So to be able to walk up and just walk right onto it, not once, but twice, it literally felt like I was in a dream.
Incredible.
So then I decide I'm going to do a speed run through Burke in the last half hour of the park. And I do it. And I do Dragon Racers Rally once. It's a decent ride, but I can't figure out the flipping for the life of me. And it's a good view. It's not anything I'd wait for. I did hiccups, and that was the point where, like, that's a ride that's a little bit more accessible in the rain. And I do think that the more I did hiccups, the more I kind of, like, got used to the restraints.
Mm-hmm.
So on the way out of Burke, I stopped by the bathrooms because my intention was to get to the fountain show at the end of the night. I stopped by the bathrooms. The bathrooms are right by Toothless, right?
Mm-hmm. Great photo.
I mean, there was literally no one in line. Not a single fucking person.
Incredible.
And I sneak in like 5 minutes before official park closing. I think the actor who played Hiccup could tell how meaningful it was for me to do that. Because I told him, I was like straight up, he was like, have you ever met a dragon before? And I was like, no, I've been trying for 2 days, Hiccup. And when I said that, he kind of had this look of recognition, like, yeah, dude, like, I get you. I got you. I mean, you can imagine what I was feeling in that moment.
Yeah.
Then I do the fountain show. I sit literally like in the middle of the grass amphitheater thing. I don't think I've cried so hard in my life. Like, obviously happy tears.
Yeah. Just a beautiful cap to the night, bringing it all together.
I mean, you know how much I have been writing on this trip. You know how much I've been thinking about it. You know how much I've been stressing about it. When I was 14 years old, I did a day at Disneyland. And it was raining like that. And the park was empty. I was able to walk on everything. And I never thought that I would have a theme park day like that ever again in my life. So, for another theme park day like that to happen 20 years later in a park that I had been anticipating and building up for years, in a park that's notorious for breakdowns, that's notorious for crowds. Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, it's to the point, probably, where I don't want to go back to Florida anytime soon. Not because I don't like it, but because my heart is so full. And nothing is going to top that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and you know what the best part about me, like, openly weeping at the fountain show was?
Mm-hmm.
It was raining, so no one could even tell. I had no shame about it at all. I mean, I didn't care if people saw me, but, like, yeah. It's just one of the most cathartic moments of my life. One of the best moments of my life. I mean, Celestial Park at night, is incredible. It's one of those things where it's like, I didn't want to leave, but at the same time, I kind of, you know that, and eventually you just have to, right?
Yeah.
You wonder next what path to chart. The answer lies within your heart. Oh God.
It's great.
I mean, it was just everything. It was everything. It was more than I possibly could have imagined. And you know what? I think I'm just kind of end it there, because the last 2 days were frankly a little bit of a clusterfuck, and you don't need to really hear about it. Monday was our last full day at Islands and Studios. I don't think we went into studios at all. Excuse me. I did technically rope drop Hagrid's, but at that point, my feet, like, okay, hold on. Let me check my step counter on that epic day, okay? 1 second. Oh. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh my God. Sorry. Fucking ads.
No, when you get to like day 4 or 5 of a theme park trip, that's it. Your body just gives up.
Yeah. I mean, my feet were literally, oh my God. Okay, I love this. I love this type of ad where it's like, I can't even, oh my God. There's no X pie. There's no X to close it out. I have to literally watch the whole fucking ad.
Terrible.
But, yeah, my feet were done. My feet were absolutely done at that point. Like, it was literally like, it was painful to walk. I remember I got a Cinnabon, and I took the Cinnabon to Seuss Landing. And I sat in Seuss Landing. I sat near the McGulligan's pool, I think. And there was this recording, this audio recording, where it was just like, "Hey man, you're kind of a fool. You'll never catch fish in McGulligan's pool." And I must have heard that thing go off like like at
Bajillion
least
times.
Yeah. Okay, 41,823 steps on that epic day.
Whoo.
Which is translated into miles. Let me see. Hold on. Oops. Sorry. 1 second.
You could have hatched so many eggs in Pokemon Go.
Right. I think it was roughly about 20 miles.
Yeah. So you're going to be tired.
Right. Oh, okay. There is one other thing I want to bring up here. One thing about Universal operations, and generally speaking, I love Universal. Obviously, I love their operations for the most part. One thing about their operations that I found really annoying, and it was literally like a breaking point for me on literally the last half day that I had before we had to leave for the airport. I woke up early. Did I bother to do Hagrid's that day? I don't think so. No, I didn't. My intention was to do a Velocicoaster marathon. And I walked onto it. Only a couple rows were filled. And here's the thing, like, as a single rider, like, I expect to get paired with people, right? But Universal has the thing where they will pair single riders up, or like, with a party of 3, they will pair a party of 3 up with a single rider, even if there's literally no one else on the train.
Yeah, I don't get
it. It actively pisses me off. And at that point, I was so just mentally spent. I literally had a panic attack. It wasn't. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I had that reaction. I, honestly, I think it was just because, like, I was so exhausted at that point. I was just like, I'm sorry, you have to sit by me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it's yeah, I made a fool out of myself. And I
It
only
it happens. Theme parks are such like a concentration of stress that
right.
people are losing it all over the place.
Do you think that if I would have just marathoned it, do you think the crew would have thought twice about me going back around?
Honestly, probably not. There's a chance one person might have clocked it and thought that was odd, and then remembered. But I
Right.
guarantee you, you're not the first person to have done that day.
I think I was the first person to do that day because it was basically right at park opening.
Okay, maybe the first one that day,
Like,
but that's still not a given.
right. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. I mean that happened on Spider-Man where it was like legitimately the guy like he said like row 2. Oh, I mean row 1. I mean row 1. Row 1. I mean, it obviously must be something that they're trained on. It must be something that management comes down on them for. But I legitimately don't get it, man. If there's literally no one in row 2, why can't 2 people be in row 1 and 1 person be in row 2?
Yeah,
I legitimately do not understand that. It causes unnecessary social awkwardness.
it does. Because like, even putting aside any anxieties, people are there either with the groups or they're on their own. They're on their own. They're not looking to make new friends mid theme park day.
Um oh god, I had a point about this, but I'm kind of blanking on my point. Oh, also really quickly on our last Islands Day, because because I literally went all the way to Islands of Adventure to do Velocicoaster one time and then turned back and went back to the hotel. And I
Nice.
could have done a marathon, but at that point I was just like, because the second to last day I was physically spent. The last day I was mentally and emotionally spent. Like everything was setting me off. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. But oh god, what was I? God damn it, I had a really good point. Oh fuck. I'm sorry, I don't want to like dwell on it. I'll figure it out. Oh god, about the single writer thing. About the single writer thing. I'm sorry. Um
No, you're all good. It's a weird operations thing, and Universal usually is pretty good about the operations. I still think Disney tends to be better, but you also feel it less because Disney is so flooded with people.
right, right.
But Universal has come so far. They used to be such like a distant second back when I was growing up. They used to be almost like SeaWorld level.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And the fact that now they're just like a step below Disney is they fix a few weird things like that single riders and they'll be great.
I think that I mean just as far as park quality goes, like obviously I didn't go to the other 3 parks at Disney, but at least from what I saw at Epcot, I think that I mean, look, Universal Florida is what it is, right? Like that park definitely needs work. But Islands of Adventure and Epic Universe both just blow Epcot right the fuck out of the water. And I would definitely say that Universal Studios Florida is probably better than Hollywood Studios, or at the very least is more manageable than Hollywood Studios, at the very least. So,
Yeah, studios, I love it. It's not pleasant that every single ride has an hour and a half wait.
right, right, yeah. But really quick on Islands of Adventure, our last full day at Islands of Adventure, we did do the Grinch show. And the thing that absolutely stole the show with the Grinch show is the fact that they used a live dog as Max.
Oh, it's so good.
Like, literally during the finale, my mom and I, like, we were not paying attention to anything but that fucking dog.
I want to say it used to even be the actual Max.
What do you mean?
Like the dog actor from the movie used to
really?
be
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
actual actor show, and I think they also had him in Grinchmas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I do want to tell you one little antidote about some shit that my mom pulled right at the end that like drove me crazy. Because this was like one of the things that kind of broke me as far as like my mental health. So like literally like 20 minutes before we check out, I'm in the bathroom, right? And she's like, "Oh, I'll be back in 5 minutes." And I'm like, "Okay, that means she's going to smoke a cigarette. Great." And the maids knock on the door like at like 10:45. And I call her at that point. I'm like, "Get your ass back up here." And she literally cannot find her way back to the hotel or back to the room. And at that point, I just like, she literally comes in maybe 5 minutes before 11, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, except she's got 2 big bags, right? So I can't carry my bag plus both of her bags. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm literally panicking. I mean, I blow up at her. I blow up at her hard, man. Yeah. Yeah. It was literally someone was in the hallway calling security on me. It was that bad. Nothing happened because we left right away. And also I heard her say, "Oh, it's the guy in the blue shirt," because I happen to be wearing this shirt. So I was like, okay, change shirts. You know.
Just to be safe.
Right. But yeah, man, that was I mean, that just goes to show just how exhausted I was, though, you know.
Yeah. You do that many days in a row in theme parks, everyone's gonna be on edge.
And I will say, as much as I really, really love Islands and Universal Florida, honestly, the double-edged sword of it being so empty and basically everything being a walk-on is that at a certain point, you've seen everything multiple times, you know?
You can do the highlights of both parks in one day without even stressing out too much.
Basically.
Other than like 1 or 2 lines.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Hagrid's is going to be the hard one to get. That one you pretty much need to rope drop. But other than that, I mean, Gringotts, like I said, Gringotts was maybe like a 20-minute wait at the most the whole time. And then most everything else was a walk-on. Like,
and the day they have single riders for nearly every ride, too.
That too. Yeah, like I did Mummy's Revenge one more time, and I used a single rider line for that. So yeah, our last half a day, we mostly just went into studios. We tried to do Gringotts, but that broke down, but whatever. We had already done it multiple times at that point. Oh, let's see. I did do Bourne with her. She did enjoy Bourne. I did Transformers, and Transformers is a fucking joke. I don't know if that's a hot take.
It's good, but like, it's not great.
I just find it incomprehensible, honestly. It's just, there's so much shit going on. There's so much shit just flying at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, it's literally like, it's if it's not the same layout as Spider-Man, it's pretty damn similar. So yeah.
Yeah, it's shockingly different if you actually look at the layouts, but when you're riding it, it doesn't feel that different.
Because basically it's just like, okay, like you got like the the first part where you're just zipping around, and then there's the fireball effect, which wasn't even working on Transformers, which is like the best part of the whole ride. And then there's the part where you get lifted up, and yeah, I don't know. I will say the stuff that we did not do during the trip, only a few things. Jimmy Fallon, I basically pretended didn't exist.
That's fair.
Right.
I'm a Fallon ride defender, but also, no, that's fair.
Minions, kind of the same deal, and I knew my mom wouldn't give a shit about Minions.
Yeah.
VillainCon I did once. I did VillainCon once, like the night that I went to my second meetup before the actual meetup started. Have you done that?
I have. I think for what it is, it's very fun. But also, it is what it is.
I think that if I was a local, I would love it. Because here's the thing, like, I got the vibe that the gameplay is actually, like, it's not super deep, but it seems like it's a little bit deeper than something like Buzz Lightyear. Like, it's, like, because I saw that people are actually, like, I'm pretty sure there's a way to get different weapons and stuff, like different laser blasts and stuff like that.
It gives you different weapons, and you can also link it to the app, so it keeps your score going as you go. And there's a bunch of like secret targets that trigger different effects.
So yeah, like I was surprised how deep the gameplay was, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, the issues with my feet.
Yeah, and it is just the stand there ride.
Like, legitimately, Pi, I was having trouble. I was having trouble standing on the circle that you're supposed to stand on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's see. What else did we skip? Let's see. Jimmy Fallon, Minions, and Simpsons. Which weirdly had like a pretty long wait most of the time that we were there. I don't know if that's because it just doesn't have a good throughput or what. I don't know.
I think that's got to be it, because it does tend to have a weirdly long line pretty regularly. Plus, it has like the multiple layers of pre-shows you have to go through that slow things down.
Yeah. So we ended with E.T., and then we happened to time it out where when we were walking out of E.T., there was an animal actor show that just happened to be starting like 5 minutes from then. And that was like honestly the perfect amount of time to kill before we needed to head back and catch the shuttle. But I gotta tell you, my mom enjoyed the animal actor show, but at that point I was dead. I did not concentrate on that show for a single fucking second. I was done. At that point, I was looking at my photos. I was curating what photos I would post on social media. I was done. One other minor little hiccup that happened, no pun intended, is when we were at the Orlando airport. I swear to God, Pi, like I tried to go to the restroom at 3 different spots and they were all being cleaned.
They closed their restrooms to clean them?
Yeah.
Weird.
I literally, at a certain point, dropped to my knees in the middle of the terminal. I was just like, this can't be happening. Because here's the thing, with airports, like, there are multiple levels of social anxiety when it comes to using the restroom on an airplane. Because there's that whole thing where they don't want the line to form in front of the restroom, so you have to time it right. But then there's also the layer of, like, you don't want to disturb the person who's sitting in the aisle. So I was just straight up like, I'm holding it for 6 hours. Which I did.
Yeah, that's fair.
It wasn't pleasant, but I did it. So yeah.
Good on ya.
The guy who was sitting next to us who had the aisle seat, he actually ended up being really nice. And honestly, he came in fucking clutch because he knew exactly where to go to get the Uber. And he was nice enough to where, like, before even he even got his baggage, he like literally walked us to the pickup drop off and made sure we knew what we were doing. So good on you, guy. I mean, that was legitimately like, because you could imagine after all the other mental health shit that I've been going through that day, like that,
Yeah.
that came in clutch.
Shout out to airport guy.
Yeah.
Let's see if he's available for the podcast.
Oh man, he was at SeaWorld for like a work thing, apparently. Anyways, so that's it.
Nice. Sounds like an amazing trip.
Exhausting, but yeah,
Clearly, the highlight was mini golf.
obviously.
But yeah, the rest sounds cool too.
Yeah. I mean, that second Epic Universe Day, I mean, I
Amazing.
That's going to live rent-free in my head for the rest of my life.
Amazing. I'm so glad you got that moment.
For sure. For sure. All right. Well, I appreciate you sticking with me for almost 3 hours.
Yeah. I was happy to join you.
All right. Okay, well, thanks to Colby, Little Blue, LEB for joining us in the chat. It's been a marathon, but I appreciate y'all sticking with it. And that'll be it. I got Dollywood coming up next. That's our next trip.
Ooh. I hear that one's one of the most fun to go to, just the experience of it, even if it's not the best.
Yeah, I've already been there once. But I went there before they opened Big Bear Mountain, so I haven't done Big Bear Mountain. And obviously they're opening up Night Flight, which looks super fucking cool. Like that looks like a Disney level ride, and I'm stoked for that. And also when I was there, Lightning Rod was down. So there's quite a bit that I haven't done at that park. And also we're going to stay at the resort this time, which is going to come in clutch because weirdly, if you go to Pigeon Forge, in spite of the fact that it's like a big tourist town, you would be shocked at how difficult it is to get a ride share.
Then it's a good thing you got that hotel.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like whenever we went there, it would be like it would just be like, okay, is anyone actually gonna accept this ride? Like, I don't get it, because you would think that the ride shares in that area would be lucrative, right? Because like,
Yeah.
not only do you have Dollywood, but there's like a shit ton of tourist trap bullshit there. There's a shit ton of tourist trap bullshit in Gatlinburg, and you've also got the Smoky Mountains right there. Like, I legitimately don't get why there's not like a thriving rideshare ecosystem in that area, but there's just not. Like, we were legitimately stuck and had to call a cab company at a couple points. Yeah.
Had to call a cab? Like
Yeah.
the 80s?
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad.
Weird.
Anyways. So yeah, looking forward to that. And it'll be nice to not, because one nice thing about Dollywood is that, like, it's not so overstimulating. Like,
yeah.
Because Universal, it's great, but it is very overstimulating.
Oh, yeah. They can be so much.
Mm. But yeah, Dollywood is very much like, it's vibes, but it's not as in your face as Universal is. Okay, well, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and end it out. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night.